From their origins on the East Coast to their historic move west, the Giants and the Dodgers make up one of baseball's oldest rivalries. The trademark for this rivalry has been great players providing memorable moments. And today, in the final game of the series, the Giants face one of baseball's best and Dodgers ace, Clayton Kershaw. It's the Giants and Dodgers as the rivalry continues, and it's next. Beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Southern California as the Giants and Dodgers wrap up not just this three-game series, but the season series here at Dodger Stadium. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, here's the deal. Giants have a chance to take this series. They do not have a chance to take the season series, but they also know that, hey, it'd be fun to face the Dodgers this one last time and beat Clayton Kershaw.
Beat Clayton Kershaw. Well, that would be some kind of fun. When you consider he's 21-9 with a 1.69 ERA lifetime against the Giants. However, you throw a rook at him. Chris Stratton, his last 6 starts, he's 3-1 with a 2.1 ERA. And remember last year when Ty Block took down the great Kershaw? Well, here's an opportunity for a kid, Chris Stratton. If he could do that, that's a feather in his cap. And there's your motivation. Let's see you get it done.
All right. Should be fun here as we wrap up this series. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to an agent today or call 1-800-STATE-FARM. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink, limited time only. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
It is the Giants and Dodgers to wrap up this seasonal series, and our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 83 degrees here at the park. Winds and humidity, and the forecast is a clear day. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Hernandez, Tomlinson, and then Buster Posey. And he's done well against the Dodgers this year. Pence, Hundley, Crawford. Sandoval will hit 7th, and it's Williamson, and then it's Stratton.
On the hill today for the Los Angeles Dodgers will be the veteran left-hander Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw, 29 years of age. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. He's in his 10th year at the big league level. He's 17-4 in the year with a 2.26 ERA, and the numbers are just another testimony to what could be his 4th Cy Young Award. When you take your bats against him, you're going to get a fastball that goes low to mid-90s. He will cut that fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
And this game starts out with a swing. You're going to miss. So we get started at 1:10 right on time. Hernandez hitting .258. He's got 22 runs batted in. And he pops this one up into shallow center field. And it's going to be Taylor who puts it away, and that's how this game gets started.
Let's take a look at the defense today for the Dodgers, playing behind Kershaw, starting their outfield from left to right. It's going to be Peterson, Taylor, and Granderson, the best arm in center field, Chris Taylor. Seager and Forsythe on the left side of the infield, Utley and Bellinger on the right side, and Yasmani Grandal, he'll be in the squat, putting down the signs. Kershaw against the Giants lifetime, 21-9 with a 1.62 ERA. Wow.
Tomlinson takes a called strike. Tomlinson played last night, was at third base and went 0 for 4, putting his average at .263. Here's the next pitch to Tomlinson. It's a breaking ball.
Time now for our Jeep drive of the game. We go back to September. Earlier this month in San Francisco, Kelby Tomlinson up against Clayton Kershaw, and he does this. He hits a solo shot, stunned everybody, including Kelby Tomlinson. That's our Jeep drive of the game.
Another breaking ball. That's called by home plate umpire Jordan Baker, the big tall dude. Barber, Dreckman, Everett from first to third.
He is the big tall dude, 6'8". He's a low ball umpire though, and his corners can be a bit weird.
2-2 on the high fastball at 94. Dodgers won 4-2 to clinch the West on Friday, and the Giants won the ball game yesterday 2-1. Fly ball to right for Granderson. 2 down.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. And for hitters, think early. Think early in the count. Be up there and get ready. From Kershaw's perspective, the best pitch you get a lot of times is going to be the first pitch he gives you in the at-bat. Be ready. Number 2, keep slapping the good leather. Giants have played great ball defensively in this series. They need to continue. Those are our keys, Nissan keys to the game.
Here's Buster Posey. And Buster taking your advice, going after that first pitch. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
Well, he knows them. Buster Posey has had a lot of experience hitting off of Clayton Kershaw.
He's 25 for 101. 0-2. Now Buster Posey asks for time.
106 plate appearances against Clayton Kershaw.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. First strikeout for Kershaw. After 1/2 inning. 0-0. Here's the Dodger lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Taylor and then Corey Seager. And he likes hitting against the Giants. Bellinger, Granderson, and Forsythe. Utley will hit in the 5th slot. Or make that Utley will hit in the 6th slot. Then it's Grandal, Peterson, and Kershaw.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the rookie right-hander Chris Stratton. 27 years old, 6'3", 190-pounder. This is what he has done this year. 3-3 with a 3.94 ERA. Last 6 starts, he's been throwing great ball. He's 3-1 on those 6 starts with a 2.1 ERA. And when you take your at-bats against Stratton, you're going to see a fastball that'll go low to mid-90s. He's got a high 3/4 release, and he can spot the fastball beautifully on both sides of the plate. That has been a strength of his. He also has a curveball, slider, and a changeup. He has faced the Dodgers a couple times, but both out of relief. He does, however, have a win against them.
So here's Taylor. Taylor 0 for 7 in this series. Yesterday against Bumgarner and the bullpen, Taylor went 0 for 3. And he waits on that breaking ball and fouls it back. It's 0-2.
I wouldn't make a habit of hanging breaking balls up there. I think Chris Taylor has proven to the Giants he's a pretty good mistake hitter. He likes that ball up.
So Stratton out in front with Corey Seager on deck. And this is nubbed to Buster Posey. Buster will flip to Stratton, and Taylor is retired.
Let's take a look at that defense playing behind Chris Stratton. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It's going to be Williamson, Hernandez, and Pitts. Pretty good arms across the board for the Giants in the outfield today. Crawford, Sandoval will be on the left side of the infield. Tomlinson and Posey on the right side. And Nick Utley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Seager at 295. And he takes one a little wide. Seager on Friday night went 1 for 3. And then he took an 0 for 4 in the game last night. Checks his swing on a pitch down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Hard to call that low pitch if you're a 7-footer behind home plate like Jordan Baker, as that's popped up and out of play.
He's a big fella.
Well, maybe not a 7-footer, but tall. And tight. 3-1. Bellinger on deck. So this ought to be something for Seager to hit. And he fouls it down the left field line and out of play. It's now a full count.
There's your fastball challenge it on the hands. It's nice early in a ball game when you can win those challenges, when you have to get in that strike zone when you're behind the count, and you can win them.
And he goes at him again, and another foul ball. Got him right at the knees.
Boy, Seager knew it.
First baseman, number 35.
So a nice comeback down on the count, 3-1 to get the strikeout. Had to been looking for something soft. He was not looking for a fastball down the middle. It tells you right there, Seager guesses with 2 strikes. A lot of guys do. I mean, it's very commonplace, especially guys with power.
Bellinger at 274. And he takes as healthy a rip as anybody in baseball, not just in the National League.
Oh, he lets it go. I mean, it's a violent swing.
Like that. 2 balls and 1 strike. Aaron Judge hit a pair of home runs today. So Judge has got a chance to break McGuire's record as there's a swing and a miss.
Now you break the McGuire record, you break the all-time rookie record.
Watching Bellinger, I'm thinking of all the golfers when they hit about 40 that their back blow out.
Tiger Woods.
I know, I'm thinking same thing's going to happen to this guy.
Absolutely it is someday.
Center field. Side retired. We hope that doesn't happen. No score.
application with a $500 per seat deposit. And if you do that, you get to take batting practice at AT&T Park. It's your chance to swing for the fences. Go to sfgiants.com/season and check it out.
All right. A good shot from over the shoulders of Jock Peterson. It's 0-0 as Hunter Pence stands in. Hunter Pence takes a called strike. He's at 255. 12 home runs, 64 runs batted in. Pence has faced Kershaw. He's 10 for 76. Does have a home run in those 10 hits, and he struck out 17 times. No swing. It's 2 balls and a strike. Utley on deck, and then Crawford. A lazy Sunday afternoon, and it is not even close to being a sellout today. Foul back. You forget that for many years there was no pro football in LA. And then all of a sudden there's 2 teams in LA. Whether that affects the crowd here today or not, don't know. And Pence with a base hit.
On a curveball. Saw it, waited well.
Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Take a look at the big curveball. Drops it right at the base of the strike zone. It's one of the bigger breaking balls, very similar to the breaking ball of the Hall of Famer Steve Carlton. I mean, it starts off at your shoulders if you're hitting off it from the right or left side, and it just winds up down around your knees. That's a big break. And he's got great command with it.
Utley pops it up. This could be playable. Granderson is going to get there late, as does Bellinger. So it's 0-1 to Hundley. Hundley's had 47 at bats against Kershaw with 12 hits. Hundley spent his career in the National League West. And if you spend all that time in the National League West, you're not going to be able to avoid Clayton Kershaw, especially if you're in a Giants uniform. That does not happen. And the next pitch is popped up, and it's out of play. So it's now 0-2. Pence, 2 steals on the year. Is he being held on by Bellinger? Got him.
Cutter at 91. When the Giants saw Kershaw in San Francisco, that really was his money pitch. It was a night that he didn't quite have the great command of his curveball, and his fastball wasn't really there either. But this is the pitch that he relied upon when he had to make a pitch, and time after time he would do that. And here he gets him with the 0-2. It's a great pitch that gets off the sweet spot. It's also a swing and miss pitch, which every one of Kershaw's pitches is a swing and miss pitch. Another reason why he's so special.
Here's Crawford. Crawford rolls this, and it could be a pair. And it is. So Crawford rolled it over. It's 4-6-3, and it remains 0-0.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Los Gigantes Lager, a Mexican-style lager from Anchor Brewing and the San Francisco Giants.
It's a 0-0 ball game. And for the Dodgers, it'll be Granderson, Foresight, and then Chase Utley. A nice first inning for Stratton. And a first pitch strike. Overshift is on for Granderson, and the next pitch is inside for a ball.
One thing Stratton tries to do the first time through the lineup is establish a fastball on both sides of the plate that he can throw strikes with. Does that, and from a hitter's perspective, then you can't just sit on one side of the plate looking fastball. Both pitchers today have good curveballs. I mean, Stratton's, I think his best breaking ball is the curveball. He's got a slider and he can cut the ball. We talked about Kershaw's. Stratton, he's got a good one.
Out of play.
Anytime you have a high three-quarter release like Stratton has, you're going to get a cute angle on that curve. And it isn't always an easy pitch to control when it's that big and that acute. But for Stratton, he's got excellent command of it.
And this is going to be over the head of Tomlinson for the first hit in the game for the Dodgers. So a little cue shot, perfectly placed. And now the hitter will be Foresight out of the stretch for the first time is Chris Stratton.
It's like he just kind of golfed a curveball. Let's give Kelby Tomlinson a for an effort.
Forsythe at 226. Right now playing for Justin Turner, who's had a stomach ailment and is really too weak to play.
He had kind of a double thud. He got hit on the hand in the last series the Dodgers played. And then he gets the flu.
And the next pitch is high.
Well, from Turner's perspective, get it all out of the way now. Get your hand healed up. You got a week until the playoffs.
That is a fact. One ball and one strike. On deck is Chase Utley. And this hit well into right center field. Hernandez is on the move. He's not going to get it as it bounces up against the wall. Granderson's going to be held up at third, so it's a double for Foresight.
Well, all year long, Foresight's having a hard time going to right field. That is really the side of the field that heals a lot of hitters. And he is no exception. He inside outs this fastball at 92, and he takes on the right center field gap. I mean, he almost knocks this ball out of here. Gives you an idea how live this ballpark was playing. There was no batting practice today, but you didn't need batting practice to know that this was going to be a hot day and a live day for hitters where there's lots of carry from foul line to foul line.
So here's Utley. Giants will play the infield back. Line drive caught by Posey.
That was a bullet. Well, last night Chase Utley was at the plate when he stepped in the box, and Yasiel Puig with 2 out tried to steal a base, and he forgot to slide at second. That would be the last out. That became our pivotal play of the game, brought to you by your Bay Area Mercedes-Benz dealers. And what a way to end a very tight, well-played 2-1 ball game.
So here's Grandal. And if you're Stratton, just try to do that again. Have him hit a line drive at Buster Posey.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you have to get lucky.
$20 home runs for Grandal. Good curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Example of how he uses that curveball, even in 1-0 counts. Because of the size of the break on it, as I mentioned, it's not that easy of a pitch to control. But for Stratton, it is. He's got a good feel of it.
Mac Williamson is going to come in. He's going to catch. He's going to throw. And not in time. Really nice throw by Mac Williamson. Giants are going to take a look at it.
Well, he had good momentum coming to the play. A 1-hop strike goes up the first baseline, and that really is what allowed a little window of opportunity for Granderson. As Huntley had to reach across his body and come back with a swipe tag, he just could not get it there in time. But close, but no cigar.
So here's Jock Peterson, who hasn't seen much of the field lately. So Stratton out of the stretch. And a curveball down low. On the play, Forsythe moved to third. And right there on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kershaw on deck. We are in the second inning. Dodgers on the board first. Swing and a miss. 1-2. This is where, if you're Stratton, you just limit the damage. Just get off the field by allowing 1 run.
Well, I mean, you had runners in second and third with nobody out. And if you get out of this inning with just giving up the 1 run, you got to feel like you've done well. And he's got a chance to do it here. One thing about Peterson, as you mentioned, he hasn't been playing a lot, so his strike zone is not as finely tuned as it normally is when he's playing every day.
Fouls it back.
But he is dangerous. And as you saw from that last swing, he's not up there making 2-strike adjustments, cutting out swing to make contact. He's going to let the fur fly. There's no guarantee that Peterson's going to make the postseason roster, and he wants to put something in the mind of Dave Roberts to reconsider. And home runs make a manager think.
2-2.
But if you're Stratton, you've got to be smart too. You've got a pitcher on deck. You'd love to have the inning end with your 8th place hitter so you can lead off next inning facing the pitcher. But you still have to make good pitches here. In your mind, every pitch should be like an 0-2 pitch. Extra fine with your command. Like that. So he's nibbling around the strike zone. And to Peterson's credit, he's laying off.
So this will be the payoff pitch. And it's popped up. And it's going to be up there for a while, but Posey will have no chance. Another 3-2 pitch. Here it is to Peterson, and he walked it.
I think he used his pitches wisely. Not giving it the strike zone. Just kept throwing teasers up there when he was ahead in the count. Good use of a walk.
Kershaw does have 2 RBIs on the year. He's 8 for 47. And a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Remember, he hit that ball at AT&T Park last week that Austin Slater, he hit a line drive right at Slater, but Slater lost it in the lights. Fouls it back, 0-2. An early lead here for the Dodgers. It's 1-0. Peterson goes, and a bluff of a throw. So it'll be a stolen base for Peterson. Forsythe at third, Peterson at second. And it's low. It's 2-2.
And this becomes a big pitch.
Sandoval's got it, and Sandoval will throw him out, and that'll end the inning. 1-0 Dodgers. Last night, Madison Bumgarner, well, what did he do? Well, he went 7 2/3, 5 hits, 1 earned run. That was a home run to Austin Barnes, a walk, 5 strikeouts. He threw 99 pitches before Strickland got 1 out, and then Dyson got 3 outs. That's our smart play, brought to you by your California Ford dealers. See, now 15-9, and I mentioned this during the pregame show that, look, a lot of those starts, wins and losses came against the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw, he's always matched up against Kershaw. It's actually shocking that Bumgarner's not pitching today. So he gets to sit and relax and watch this one. And his next start will be at home against the Pods. So now that the music has stopped, it's Sandoval who stands in. So quiet here right now.
I don't know what to do with myself.
It's almost like we're underwater now.
Well, the music is so loud here in between innings, and then between outs, you just crank it up, and it's like no other place in all of baseball. At least, and we haven't been to all the.
It's obnoxious.
It's bad. And it takes away from the game. Last year, Vince Scully, I mean, repeatedly asked them if they would turn it down. They never did.
In the hole, so Seager will plant and throw, and Sandoval's retired.
I mean, that's the play right there that really defines a big league shortstop. I mean, you've got to go deep in a hole, then you've got to plant, you've got to get something on the throw. And if you can't make that play, don't even apply for the job. Now, Sandoval doesn't put a lot of speed on the play, but nevertheless, Seager knew he had to get set up and he had to get rid of it quickly. And he makes it all look pretty routine.
Here's Mac Williamson. Williamson is 1 for 10 against Kershaw.
Well, he went up there looking for one thing and he got it.
And in those 10 at-bats are 7 strikeouts. So he has not seen Kershaw for the first time. High, 1 ball and 1 strike. Stratton to follow. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. 2-2. Little tapper. Williamson runs pretty well, remember, and he is going to beat it out. In my mind, that is a line drive to right field.
Off the wall.
Pitcher number 34, Chris Stratton.
The official score really reluctantly said base hit.
Base hit.
Yeah, base hit.
First base umpire Sean Barber making the call.
The only thing he didn't say was like, "Are you kidding me? Base hit."
I know. Okay, so we've complained about the music and the sound being too loud. Now we complain about the
Wow, we're not even half done yet.
We're just getting started.
So Stratton is going to show bunt, and he bunts a line drive. Bellinger one-hops it, and his only play will be at first. And that's a tough play for Mac Williamson.
You just got to wear it. You
Yep.
just got to break and go. If he catches it, it's a big league hang with him.
66, Gorky Hernandez.
And Bellinger almost pulled it off. Hey, well, One Medical will be hosting a pop-up flu shot clinic before the game on Saturday the 30th in Odell Plaza. Stop by to get your flu shot. Take home Giants giveaways. Have your picture taken with Lucille and meet Giants alumni. So visit One Medical Clinic pregame on Saturday the 30th in Odell Plaza.
Marquise Hernandez takes a strike. He hit a fly ball to center field to open up the ball game. Kershaw with 28 pitches. Down low.
Marquise Hernandez has really swung the bat well. 3 hits in last night's ball game, walked, scored a couple runs. I mean, he's very confident in the batter's box, even against a guy like Kershaw. Except
1-2.
Except on that pitch. And then again, that's the cutter. That's the cutter that we saw Kershaw use every time he got in a jam in San Francisco. It is his bread and butter. Madison Bumgarner can take his cutter and he can put tilt on it. He can make it bigger. And you can say the same thing about Kershaw. But his is a little bit different. It's got a little more downward bite because of his high 3/4 release. Bumgarner is a low 3/4.
Close.
Trying to backdoor it with cut. Cutter's a great pitch. It's an easy pitch to fall in love with. There's Bumgarner. How close was it? Close.
Tap foul, so Hernandez stays alive. He'll live to see another pitch.
As we mentioned, Williamson runs well. He's at second base, and he will get a 2-out jump. The best arm in the Dodgers outfield is in center field. Peterson's arm in left field's pretty good. Anderson is average at best.
And another 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Pops it down the left field line. Peterson will give chase, but he is not going to get there. Tomlinson is on deck watching. And it's 3-2. So I think Kershaw is just about throwing everything he can to Gorkis Hernandez.
Good battle. I mean, that was a pretty good take, and it wasn't an easy take for him.
I think against Kershaw, the 3-2 count's the worst count to be in.
Well, any count that's got 2 strikes on you is a tough one. But 3-2 because he throws everything.
He does, and he throws them for strikes. Got him, and that'll end the inning. What'd he go with? Old number 1. Brandon Crawford, Gold Glove defense last night. Austin Barnes made the mistake of hitting one to Crawford's left. And in the 8th, the backhand stop and a nice scoop by Ryder Jones. Kyle Farmer out in that 8th inning. Brandon Crawford, Togo's big play. So here's the top of the lineup for LA, and it'll be Taylor, Seager, and Bellinger. And Taylor looks at a strike. He rolled out to Buster Posey in the first inning. Into center field, but right at Hernandez. 1 out. Well, need help with a consumer problem? Contact NBC. Bay Area responds to Telemundo 48. In just 1 year, they've recovered more than $1 million for Bay Area customers. 1-888-99-TIPS or visit NBCBayArea.com/responds. Seager struck out looking in the first. Swing, ain't gonna miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bellinger to follow. 1-0 Dodgers. Left field. Well hit. 2 down.
Woo. That's opposite field off a curveball. I don't know how much of it he got. It just gives you an idea of how this ballpark is playing. And we've said this all year. This ballpark has got carry on it that we just aren't accustomed to seeing, especially to the opposite sides of the field. And here, Gets that curveball, just backspins, and it's just a matter of, is it going to be able to stay in the yard? Mac Williamson gobbles it up.
Here's Bellinger. Bellinger takes down low.
I mentioned in game 1 of this series, he hit his 39th home run of the year, which is a National League record for rookies, and you know that he wants to get a 40th. And if we said that, you know, he's going to be up there swinging for home runs, that'd be rather redundant in that he has been doing that all year with every swing. Just a bit outside.
Well, it will help Bellinger if he doesn't get it, as this is down the left field line before next weekend, because the Dodgers will close out their season with 3 in Denver. Overshift is on for Bellinger. Sandoval playing at the shortstop position. Outside, 3-2.
One thing about lineups with power, that the Dodgers have power up and down their lineup. Everybody can take you deep. Is it just seems like you use up a lot of pitches pitching to it. Simply because you know, guys with power, if you make a mistake, it can be costly. You can hit out of the ballpark. So you change movement, you change location, you mix speeds, you throw a lot of pitches.
And a base hit the other way. Here's Mac Williamson. He will challenge Bellinger, who has a 2-out double.
Well, it almost looked like he did it on the previous 3-2 pitch. They go back and throw another fastball away, and he does it again. There's no lower body. This is just all hands. Just kind of protect and throw it over there. They opened up that side of the field with the shift. And Bellinger just absolutely puts a swing on to beat the shift. That's nice hitting right there. If you're going to pitch me away, if you're not going to give me a chance to pull the ball, this is what I'm going to do to you.
Yeah, poke at it. Unley goes out. A word with Stratton. And maybe, look, you got a base open when you want to throw to. Inside corner for a call strike. Very nicely done. So 0-1 to Granderson, who opened up the second with a single as he dumped it over the head of Tomlinson. Comes back inside again, and this time he misses. There's a strike, 1-2.
Nice tight little slider. More of a cutter. Guys like Stratton are pretty nice to catch. If you're Nick Hundley, I mean, usually where you throw that glove up, he's going to be between the knees with his location. He's going to be pretty close to hitting that glove.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. After 3. 1-0 Dodgers.
brought to you by T-Mobile, America's best unlimited network. Take a look at the starting pitchers for the Diamondbacks series. It's going to be Johnny Cueto taking on Zach Godley. Matt Moore taking on Robbie Ray on Tuesday. And then the Wednesday finale will features Jeff Samardzija taking on Zach Greinke. All 3 games on NBC Sports Bay Area. Join us if you would. We'd love to have you. Here it's 1-0 Dodgers.
And Tomlinson waits, and Tomlinson takes a call strike. Tomlinson hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning. And here he pops one over by the Giants dugout and out of play. Specs checking it out.
He's had a good year.
Down low. He's one position away from being a super utility guy, and that position would be center field,
which we both think he could do. He's got the arm for it. He certainly has the speed for it. It's just a matter of reps and playing it.
And that time they're going to say he went around.
So 4 strikeout for Kershaw. All 4 strikeouts have been swinging and strike frames.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster struck out in the first. And the first pitch is down low. Buster trying to get on for Hunter Pence. And he rolls this one to Seager. Seager on the backhand. Seager may have been surprised to find that ball in his glove.
That's when you walk back to your position thinking, I almost missed that. And he did almost miss that.
Here's Pence. And Hunter Pence takes down low. Pence with a line drive single in the center field in the second. There's a strike.
One thing we've come to know about Hunter Pence is he'll go up there looking for a pitch, and he'll stay on it. That 1-0 fastball right down there middle in, you're thinking, well, that's a great pitch to hit. He wasn't looking for it. Probably looking for that cutter.
Look out.
Again, the fastball, and he swung at that like it was a 2-strike count. Guys with power, if they go into protect mode, they don't want it to be protect mode when they have 1 strike on them. So again, another example of him sitting on a different speed. That fastball was by him.
Comes back with another fastball.
Problem with Kershaw is that even if you look for the pitch and even if you get the pitch you're looking for, it's still not an easy task to square it up.
Slowly hit, and Foresight is not going to be able to make the play, and that's the patented Hunter Pence infield hit.
Well, he gets a lot of them because he's got power, and no third baseman is ever going to play in on the grass or even with a bag. And with 2 strikes, they're going to even get back a little bit deeper, especially with a guy like Kershaw, who right-handers will pull. You want your third baseman to get back. Well, and also when he gets into a little half swing like that, he doesn't have to get unwound. There's no backswing. And with his speed, it's an easy base hit. The guy with power, he gets a lot of infield singles.
Here's Hundley, who struck out in the second. And a line drive, base hit. So Hundley with a 2-out single, and for the
35, Brandon Crawford.
second inning in a row, the Giants will have a runner in scoring position.
Now, in Crawford's last at bat, he got a breaking ball, and he saw it early. I mean, he had good balance through the swing. So the only reason I bring that up is I think he's seeing Kershaw pretty well today.
Inside corner strike. It's 0-1. Good speed at second and Hunter Pence. Oh, 0-2.
Cutter. Perfect location. Take a look at the cut, just high velocity with perfect location.
Line to right, and that'll end the inning. So Crawford hit it well, and it remains 1-0.
The San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. Here's our McDonald's True Stories on this date in 1993 at Candlestick. Will Clark with a walk-off home run. Gene Harris of the Padres, he gave it up. It happened in the bottom of the 10th, gave the Giants a 4-3 win, and it also put them a game and a half back of the Atlanta Braves. So here's Logan Foresight. And we'll play once the music stops. Forsythe doubled in the second inning, hit a ball off the bottom of the wall in right center field. And here he takes a strike.
That was the big swing of the bat in this game. It was a really nice inside-out approach from Foresight. It's getting hot at the right time as the Dodgers start getting closer to October.
Here's the 1-1 to Foresight. And they're going to say he went around 1 and 2.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't think he did, but that's okay.
Sean Barber, first base umpire. It goes from a 2-1 count to a 1-2 count. All right, did he go? No. That's not even the 50-50 zone. Pitch count a little high for Stratton. You want to be 60 or less at the end of the fourth, and he's at 62 at the start of the inning.
Here's the payoff. Hunter Pence. 1 out. Well, we've had one of these this year. Now another one. This Friday is Dollar Hot Dog Night. Fan Appreciation Month continues on the 29th through the 1st of October. And this is just celebrating what great fans we have. All Giant dogs are only $1 all game long. Tickets available at sfgiants.com. You and I know who will be there for that.
Yes, we do.
Larry Nibby.
Larry Nibby will not miss that day.
He'll be first in line.
One of the reasons why we love him.
Yep. Utley lined out to Posey in the second. Grandal on deck. 2 balls and no strikes. Now
Stratton going to go take a little walk. Not happy with falling behind 3-0. Trying to just put the ball on the outside part of the plate at the knees. I mean, he's missing upstairs. And for Stratton, who's a control guy, he's throwing fastballs and he puts himself in the 3-ball count. He didn't like it.
.3-1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Good 3-1 pitch.
Change up and a good one. Really got good sound mechanics, very compact. And he will throw anything, anytime. He just proved it with that 3-1 changeup.
Sandoval charging and juggling, and Utley beats it out. That'll be a hit.
Well, you can now stream the Giants on the go on NBCSportsBayArea.com and the NBC Sports app presented by Honda.
So even though Utley would not admit it, they've evened out in this game for him. Here's Grandal. Center field, well hit, gone. An infield hit and a home run, and it's 3-0. You're right. The ball is carrying. I don't want to make it sound like he didn't hit that well. He did.
Home run number 21 for Grandal, a challenge fastball, and he just goes down and backspins it, and he knows it as soon as he leaves the box. Just taken on dead center.
So here's Peterson. Peterson drew a walk in the second. And he takes outside for a ball. Again, 2-0. There's a strike.
You just can't keep putting yourself in the position where you have to throw get it in pitches. Even if you're allowed and you have the feel of all four, it's still tough. You keep creating an opportunity for a hitter. They're more confident. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1 counts.
3-1. So Peterson in the driver's seat as far as looking for a pitch to hit. And he takes low. So he walks for the second time.
Now, and a walk after a home run, I mean, that is something that you're not happy with if you're Stratton. And it does definitely cause some concern in the eye of a manager and a pitching coach. Because right now, I think Stratton's got a little bit of a nibble going on. And you've got to force yourself to be more aggressive. Can't keep nibbling around that strike zone.
Well, we'll see what Kershaw does. He bounced out to Sandoval in the second.
Yeah, and boys in the bullpen are sensing there's a little bit of a nibble going on too. They're starting to get stretched out.
Kershaw pulled the bat back, fouls it out of play.
You're on the mound, you look down the bullpen, and it looks like an exercise class. Everybody's stretching out. You have to use that as kind of your motivation.
Yeah, force those guys to sit down. Let's go.
Exactly.
And it's bunted foul. It's 0-2.
Yep, stretching out. And guys down there, they know their roles. The long relievers, it's fourth inning. They know that all likely if the phone rings, it's going to be one of them.
Bunted. Mostly done by Kershaw.
Center fielder, Chris Taylor.
So Chris Taylor's going to hit. So Stratton going after Taylor, who's 0 for 2, and here he takes a belt-high strike. It's bounced out to Posey, and he's hit a fly ball to center field. Whoa. This is blocked and then popped right up in the air. It'll be a wild pitch. Ends up at third.
All right, let's take a look at one that goes up to shoot. Hits off the mask of Huntley. You always are taught to tuck your chin in. And the ball hits high, hits off the mask, so they do catch a break. And the break is in this ballpark. A guy with speed can take 2 bases.
Two balls, 1 strike. Three and 1.
Another 3-1 count. Ty Block, he's been getting loose down the Giants bullpen. Won't take him long on a day like today.
Fellow Rook getting loose.
85 degrees, always a little warmer down there in that bullpen.
This will be down the right field line, and Hunter Pence is over, but he cannot hang on to it as it bounces up against that sidewall. So we'll reset and do it again.
Take a look as he's coming over. Almost looked like it could have been fan interference. Now, fan cannot interfere with you.
It absolutely looks like.
And they're going to talk about it.
Yes, they are.
A fan, if he reaches into the field of play, then that's interference. If you reach into the stands and he interferes, well, then that's the fan's right. But he can't reach into the field of play.
And I'm wondering if this is not a manager's challenge.
I think you're right.
I mean, the umpire down the first base line is Sean Barber. This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
Now we're watching the replay here.
And it looks to me like he was leaning over.
Absolutely came across. And that's a ball he could have caught. Now it's up to the umpires in New York.
What Hunter needs to do is he needs to sell this a little better.
Yeah, he needs to, start pointing at the guy and making threats. He absolutely came into the field of play. I mean, the question is whether or not the glove of Hunter Pence was in the stands or even on the boundary of the fence line.
I'm looking at Chris Taylor. He thinks, I don't think he's got a good feeling about it.
Well, he should. The play was interfered with. This is going to take a while because they're going to have to look at it from every angle that they have.
Well, it didn't take us very long.
I don't think this really should take this long, to be honest with you. But we've been disappointed by New York before.
Yeah, we have, absolutely. The fans here are booing because they're asking this gentleman to take a hike. And he's out. So that's why Chris Taylor was working his way back to the Dodger dugout. So we'll say it like we always do. Just don't touch it. 3-0 Dodgers.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Da Vinci Marble. Hit a home run on your next remodel with slabs, tiles, and more from the Bay Area's premier showroom, Da Vinci Marble.
The Yasmani home run makes it 3-0. Dodgers, as Pablo Sandoval will open up the 5th inning. Sandoval, Williamson, and then we'll see. So I'm going to pop up straight back and out of play. Sandoval rolled out to Seager, hit a ball in the hole. Seager on the backhand. Pops it up. It'll be Taylor calling everybody off at the last second. And he puts it away.
Number 51, Mac Williamson.
So here's Mac Williamson.
Normally pop-ups here, they don't have a lot of personality. This one did because it was so high. Utley was calling, and he was calling hard, but center fielder is always going to trump middle infielder going back.
Williamson with an infield hit. And a foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Big Mac Williamson with Fedorovich grabbing a bat. He's in the on-deck circle. There's a called strike. It's 0-2.
Can't throw a better curveball than that. That's a good one.
Up the middle. Utley can't grab it. Williamson is 2 for 2.
Kind of a funny noise.
So that'll bring up Fedorovich.
They kind of had him shaded too. Utley playing towards the base. Right, and it even hits off the mound, which took some steam off the ground ball. Utley's wondering what the heck happened there. He didn't even draw leather.
So here's Fedorovich.
That ground ball had more personality than that pop-up.
Yeah, more personality than I got today, too, by the way.
Oh, you're doing fine, Pards.
And a potential double play. And that'll end the inning. It'll be Seager to lead things off.
Johnson, 3 of our favorites. They bring you the happy hour weekdays on NBC Sports Bay Area. Also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com.
It is a 3-0 lead for LA. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. So there's Ty Block. You can see what he's done as he faces Seager, and Seager takes low.
You know, 8-12, there's been moments in this season where Ty Block has just been fantastic. And I think that September kind of got on him a little bit. It happens to young pitchers.
Swing and a miss.
But what Ty Block has done is he's impressed the Giants with his ability to assume any role, whether it be out of the bullpen, starting assignment. And I think as he goes forward, I mean, he'll be able to do the same thing for him next year. Very valuable part of this Giants pitching staff.
On the ground to Crawford, and Crawford behind the bag.
With Block, you're going to get strikes. You're going to see fastballs that are right around 90-92. They think it can cut. Got a good changeup, curveball, slider. And he does all the little things well. Fields his position, holds runners on. Works quick.
Good interview. He's got all the tools.
Yeah.
And hit a little bit. Loves to pitch in altitude.
Maybe the best prospect we've ever seen come out of the Giants minor league system that can pitch well in
Altitude.
Denver.
Come on.
Good breaking ball.
One and two to Bellinger. Mac Williamson over near the line, and Big Mac will make the catch. Nice play. 2 down.
Well, familiar territory. You're out there. And as you get close to that foul line on both sides of the field, the wall starts to come at you quickly. Battling the sun, reach out to a backhander that deal with the padding on the wall. Nice play.
So here's Granderson, who's 1 for 2.
Just a wee bit low.
Just a wee bit inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Granderson taking advantage of the hitter's count, fouls it. It's 2-1. Granderson hits this one on the ground, and on the outfield grass is Tomlinson in a nice inning for Ty Block. Top of the order coming up for the Giants. 3-0 LA. mobile app for all live Giants baseball. It's a customized experience. You can get home screen icons and app features. Download MLB.com at bat today. 3-0 Dodgers as the music stops. And we can take a deep breath. Strike to Hernandez, who bluffs a bunt. Hernandez is flied out and struck out. A bouncer. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. See, first pitch strike, 17 of 19, so that's pretty good.
Well, that's the recipe for success for any pitcher. And that's why we say, get ready to go.
And this is hit into left center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Gorkis Hernandez is going to drop anchor at second with the leadoff double.
Stay hot, Gorkis Hernandez. Throws a cutter. They set the target on the inside corner. This is one of the few times that Kershaw has leaked out over the middle of the plate. And for Hernandez, and we've been talking about how he has had a nice confidence in that batter's box, he jumps all over the mistake. And from the get-go, he's sniffing a double. Next pitch for Kershaw will be number 60. Very economical with his pitch count today.
Tomlinson is 0 for 2, and he takes a strike. Buster Posey on deck. We're in the 6th inning. Tomlinson hooks it foul. Giants go to Arizona after the game. Dodgers stay here to take on the Pods.
And the Dodgers wind up their last 3 games next weekend in Denver.
Tomlinson on the ground. Hernandez is going to be out at third, and that's bad base running, and he knows it.
It's just the golden rule. I don't care how much speed you have. If you're at second base and that ball's hit in front of you, you don't advance. And for Seager, just an easy shot, throws it over to Foresight, and they get the out. So now you have no runner in scoring position. Mistake.
Here's Posey. Buster struck out and rolled out to short.
The only thing that makes up for it is if Tomlinson can steal a base.
Yeah, he can do that. He's got 9. He's only been thrown out once. Hunter Pence on deck. We're in the 6th. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, a little greed in that swing. Down 3-0. Why not? Try and put 2 runs on the board.
Yep. I'm all for swinging like that again. Low. Kershaw will have one more start, and that will be in Denver, and that'll be a tune-up. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Well, and as they get into that start in Denver, likely he'll go 4 or 5 innings, depending on the score, but then he won't extend him. This is the last extended start that he'll get before the playoffs, and they may even take him out of the ballgame after 6 innings. We don't know. He hasn't had a lot of really hard work today. His next pitch will be number 67. The end of 6 innings, you want to be 90 or less. Gives you an idea of how far ahead he is of the pitch count, the acceptable pitch count.
The 2-2. So got to pitch up, and he fouled it back.
Dodgers are going to handle Kershaw with kid gloves, given his history with his lower back. Really, the only thing that has ever stopped Kershaw has been his own health. He's had to deal with back issues a couple times, including this year. He rocks back and really dips that back shoulder. I mean, it does stress out the lower back. It's right back on top with a high 3/4 release.
3-2 to Buster Posey.
Because of injuries, Kershaw hasn't thrown 100 pitches in a ball game since July 18th when he did it against the White Sox, 103 pitches.
On the ground, it could be a pair. And it is. Bottom of the 6th coming up.
ABC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/roadtrip or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
It's 3-0 Dodgers. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning as Ty Block set to start his second inning of work. He's going to face Logan Foresight, the third baseman for the Dodgers.
Look out. Down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a called strike.
Cut fastball, nailing the inside corner. That's the one that Block loves to get. If he's going to get a little width on that inside corner to righties, it's going to make an easy day for him.
Foresight doubled in the 2nd. Hit a fly ball to right field in the 4th.
I shouldn't say easy day, easier day. How's that?
And he feels his position well.
Well, because he's in a good position to field his position well. When he throws the ball, what happens when you throw the ball as a pitcher? What do you become? You become an infielder. And if you're square, your hips are square to home plate, I mean, you have a chance to defend. That ball hit right on the nose, and he's right there. Not a problem for him. That's why you look at Block, and if he ever puts a full season in as a starter, I mean, he really is a candidate for a Gold Glove.
PK Hernandez hitting for Utley. And he takes a strike. Utley had an infield hit in the 4th inning. And when Utley was standing on first, there has to be some friends and family of Aaron Hill here in the ballpark, because somebody yelled out when Pablo couldn't make the play. That's foul. Aaron Hill would have made that play. It's like, just like came out of nowhere. And then, you know how seasons start to come together. I was trying to think, was Aaron Hill with the Giants this year or last year?
Yeah, earlier this year.
Low, 2-2.
It was our pleasure to get to know Aaron Hill.
Oh, he's a pro.
And when the Giants had their season basically determined for them, they decided to go with youth, and Aaron Hill, a veteran, was sent packing.
Line to left, and right there is Mac Williamson. So the atom ball working for Ty Block.
Catcher Yasmani Grandal.
Hit a home run in the 4th inning.
Well, first pitch fastball right down and around the knees, inside corner. He went down and got it, looking for the fastball, getting it, and doing this. Number 21 on the year, and he makes center field look small.
That would tell me that he's a low ball hitter, at least from the left side.
Absolutely it would. Middle in. Knee high, slightly above. It's the majority of his home runs from the left side. Not to say he doesn't have power from the right side, but he's got more from the left side.
Close.
It's close enough to where he's thinking, I just got that pitch called a strike.
Right, exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Jordan Baker, 6'8" plate umpire, killing me.
Put that down, Aaron. Complaints.
Yeah, umpire too tall.
Would prefer short umpire on getaway day, says my partner, former starter. And a good getaway day starter, I might add. Mike's idea was to pitch, get a win, and get to the next town as fast as you could.
That's the goal. couldn't always get the opposing teams to cooperate.
No, it's all right. I used to run out to the mound on getaway day, and you'd say, no, hey, we're good.
Yeah.
It's taking too much time.
Now batting, center fielder number 31, Josh Peterson.
There's Peterson.
Mr. Posey just let Ty Block know that he's going to play behind the runner at first base. Giants not expecting Grandal to steal.
2 outs. Peterson has walked twice. Kershaw is on deck. There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Block gun over at the waist as he looks into Hundley. Nope, off the plate. 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Peterson steps out, does a little touch-up work on his helmet.
It'll be interesting to see what the Dodgers do with Peterson this offseason. This lack of play the second half of the season here, and really hasn't seen much of the field.
He's got a base hit as he pokes it the other way. Throw will go to third. They got him. Pablo with the 360 tag on Yasmani Grandal, and that is going to end the inning, at least we think. Kind of a blind tag here.
Well, I think they did get him, kind of a 360 as you called it. I love it.
We'll see. 3-0 Dodgers running the second inning.
Right fielder,
A sacrifice fly by Grandal, and then he hit a home run with one out in the fourth. And Kershaw's been Kershaw. Kike Hernandez stays in the game. He's at second.
It's been a really good series for defense. We've seen good defense from both clubs. And that play that ended it for the Giants, a throw from Mac Williamson, and that was another good throw. He's had 2 today from left field. There you see Kike Hernandez at second base taking over for Chase Utley.
So here's Hunter Pence. Pence is 2 for 2 in this game as he fouls this one off his foot. And he takes the next pitch down low. Pitch-wise for Kershaw, really not an issue. He's got 72 pitches.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot of double plays when he's needed to get them. Been very efficient. Been on top of hitters for most of the day. We talked about his strike-1 ratio. It's been outstanding.
Pence has got 3 hits today against Kershaw.
Talk about the Mac Williamson strike. Here it is. A one hopper and a nice dig because it kind of short hopped Sandoval. And so not only did he have to field the short hop, then he has to come around with a blind tag, and he kind of throws his leg out there. Randall never got to the bag until he was tagged. So hey, another example of defensive brilliance. We've seen a bunch of it.
Take it. Hundley's 1 for 2. Most hits in a game against Kershaw. Hunter Pence with 3 today as it's fouled back.
Well, he joins Buster Posey and Joaquin Arias. I got to be honest with you, I wasn't thinking we were going to be talking about Joaquin Arias today. And yet now
it didn't cross my mind unless we were going to talk about Matt Cain's perfect game.
He had the last out, which was a tough play.
Hundley rolls one foul.
But he did. He had 3 hits against Kershaw. I remember that day.
Yeah, I remember us saying that's going to keep him in the big leagues for about 5 years. And I think it did.
Well, he had a lot to do with the championships. Good player. Good guy.
Kershaw ahead in the count to Hundley. In the dirt, 1-2. We were talking about Buster Posey and how many lifetime appearances he's had against Kershaw, which is a lot. Yes, there in our stats to check out. Most hitters active against any active pitcher. Well, this is pretty interesting. Hundley taps this one near the bag. Could be another double play. That's 1. That's
2. That has been the rally killer, and it's happened a bunch today. Another double play. But you look at Kershaw by nature, he's a fly ball strikeout pitcher. But what he has learned to do is come up with a pitch that gets some ground balls. Now the curveball, because of its acute angle, that will get ground balls to the ground. But the cutter, when he locates that thing down and into righties, he gets ground balls.
So here's Crawford. takes inside. Anyway, that list, Ichiro against John Lackey, that's the most, 130 plate appearances. Active hitter, active pitcher. Ichiro's on the list 3 times. Crawford rolls it foul. Others of note: Elvis Andrus, Felix Hernandez, Gordon against Verlander. How about Robinson Cano and James Shields? And Posey Kershaw right in that mix.
Wow. Crawford trying to bunt, and he stumbles, and he almost walks and stumbles right into the pitch. He caught a toe spike, it looked like. Watch his front foot. And for one of the most graceful athletes we've ever seen, that was not graceful. But he still had a stylish way to regroup.
Oh, absolutely. Out to left for Peterson, and that'll end the inning. The double play ball helpful. It's 3-0. All right, thanks, Fallon. Here's Kershaw facing Ty Block, and he bluffs a bunt and he takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Chris Taylor to follow. Block misses badly again. 2-0. There's a strike.
Kershaw taken all the way.
And Hunter Pence will play it out.
Well, holding the powerful accountable is more important than ever, and NBC Bay Area's investigative unit is doing just that, changing 25 laws and policies and investigating billions in tax dollars. Count on the one station invested in making a difference for you. NBC Bay Area, we investigate. Yeah, if they come to your door, Kai, don't answer.
Yep. Here's Taylor. is 0 for 3. There's a strike. And Taylor is 0 for the series. No swing on the appeal. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Seager on deck. Walk to the plate. Swing and a miss.
Good changeup. That's the kind of changeup that gets a guy stepping out of the batter's box, having a questionnaire with himself. Like, did I see it? Was it a good swing? Was it a good pitch? He kind of checks off a lot of answers that aren't not in his favor.
Stays alive by tapping it foul. One ball and 2 strikes. Pull foul again.
Just softballing Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor's trying his best to stay back.
With every foul ball, there's different music, and all I could say is I miss Nancy B.
Yeah, Nancy B., who was the organist here for many years, retired. Went back home to Reno.
On the ground to Posey, and Buster flips it around, and they still get the out at second, mainly because Kershaw wasn't running. I'm not suggesting that he needed to run harder.
Shortstop number 5, Corey Seager.
Well, they were not going to get the back end of the double play with Taylor anyway. Ball just not hit hard enough. And Posey knew he had time, even despite the bobble, to get the lead out. Just once the bobble, most guys would take the out at first, but knowing that Kershaw was not fast, it wasn't going to slide in all likelihood.
Here's Seager. Low. And just to keep an eye on Taylor, he's got 17 steals. Here's block and a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Seager immediately rubbernecking Jordan Baker, the plate umpire, saying, I thought that was low and away. What do you think?
Mac Williamson is racing in, and he's going to get there and make the catch.
Use that whole glove, too.
So Seager 0 for 4, and here's
Bellinger. Number 35, Cody Bellinger.
So Bellinger, who doubled in the 3rd. And a strike called to Bellinger.
First pitch changeup. Kyle Crick starting to get heated up.
And a pop-up. And the Gold Glover puts it away. And that'll end the inning. 8th inning coming up. 3-0 Dodgers. Fantasy camp, and he'll give you an opportunity to play baseball with the pros. It starts on January 14th, and you can sign up now for a great fan experience. Visit sfgiants.com/fantasycamp, and it'll also give you a chance to see Bill Lasky in spandex shorts. And you ain't seen nothing until you've seen that.
That's true. Don't bet against the tree.
So here's Sandoval. Sandoval fouls at that. Mac Williamson on deck. And then a pinch hitter. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Maybe not a pinch hitter. Ty Block's got a couple of lifetime hits off of Kershaw.
Yes, he does. Got his first big league knock. He's got 3.
He might. Ooh, got him.
That's about as good a curveball as you can throw. And it comes on pitch number 84 in an 0-2 count. And Sandoval just gets frozen. You just give up on it, and it just drops right on the outside corner.
So here's Mac Williamson. Center field. And deep. And out of here. Mac Williamson is 3 for 3, and it's 3-1. Giants are on the board.
Wow. That's all I can say about that one. And for Williamson, swing hard, you might run into something. I mean, that comes true. Fastball at 92, he cuts on that outside corner. And Mac Williamson hits it, and he goes into the trot. He knows it's out of here. A 3-hit day, capped off by a long home run to center field. How about that?
Stay. Oh, add Mac Williamson to the list.
Yeah, why not?
Marquis Hernandez is going to have a chance to make a whole new list. One and one to Calixte. Foresight got him. Nice play.
Well, you gain momentum coming into your dugout. You're trailing 3. All of a sudden, the guy runs into 1. It's a 3-1 ball game. The next guy up comes up and hit what could have been a base hit, and it's denied by good defensive work from Foresight. That is a big play.
Yep.
So Calixte, a little snake bit. That was a good at bat.
And a called strike to Marquis Hernandez. Look out.
Well, who goes to get it? Kershaw. I don't believe it.
Well, back in the old days when these teams really hated each other, that would not have happened.
Well, I mean, Kershaw, he just jogged out after it like he was the ball dude.
Well, he's 24-0 against the Giants. Why wouldn't you?
Just misses an 0-2 cut at 90 on the outside corner.
Two and two. Got him anyway. And that'll end the inning. 6 strikeouts. Mac Williamson puts the Giants on the board. It's bye-bye baby. It's 3-1. Giants. Tonight, 3-game live at 5:30. We'll have the game for you at 6:30 right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. Check out Alex Pavlovich at NBCSportsBayArea.com. And you can check out all the Giants games. You can stream them live on the NBC Sports app.
Well, Dave Roberts coming up to Kershaw saying, hey, you're done for the day. And by the way, you really didn't have to go out and get the guy's bat for him. But an 8-inning performance, solid baseball. Giants have out-hit the Dodgers today. But one thing Kershaw was able to do was get the double play ball. Right now it's going to be Kyle Crick.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up and brake experts. So here's Crick to face Curtis Granderson, and there's a strike. Foresight, Kike Hernandez. Foul down the left field line and out of play. It's 1-2.
Kyle Crick has done a good job of putting himself on the map for next year. See Brandon Morrow getting ready to pitch the 9th inning.
And it's down low.
One thing about the 2017 season has definitely provided some opportunity for young players coming out of the Giants system.
Yeah, and the opportunities would have been even more if they hadn't gotten hurt.
Tyler Beatty, Christian Arroyo, really Austin Slater. I mean, he's on the map, but he had a 6-week groin pull that was almost as bad as a broken bone. He's on the shelf now again with a hip flexor strain. But he did impress while he was healthy. The line for Kershaw, 1 run in 8 innings, 8 hits, no walkouts, 4 double plays, the most in his career. And that really has been the difference in this game.
Granderson stays alive by poking it foul.
Giants set the table against Kershaw. But the double play was what killed him.
Granderson on the ground. I suppose he knocks it down and recovers in time. I see a little Fletcher knocking it down like a catcher would at first.
Yeah, hey, look, once it gets on the ground, blocking it, whether you're a first baseman or a catcher, kind of the same thing. Let's take a look at it. Ball hit, hard, drop that leg, chin tucked in, a lot of similarities.
Here's Foresight.
One more look from the right field camera. Oh yeah, bare hand, easy flip, all in a day's work.
Swing and a miss. Foresight doubled in the second. Pitch is low and away. Foul back. Nice swing by Foresight that stays at 1-2.
Yeah, he's got a good swing going. He has definitely worked himself into the postseason picture.
High and foul and into the second level here at Dodger Stadium. There are 5 different levels here in this park. The 5th level is a level that we could barely see. Outside, it's 2-2.
Well, when you pitch in this ballpark, it's that 5th level that really makes it feel cavernous. Now, this ballpark has changed its configuration in the last several years when they kind of shortened the distance between the backstop and home plate by adding seats. For a while, I mean, it was way back from home plate to the screen. And really, it was a given. If a guy was at first base and he had good speed, there was a pass ball or a wild pitch, he literally could take 2 bases. But when you're on the mound looking at the backdrop because of that 5th level, you feel small. And that's the tallest backdrop in the National League. It's way up there.
Out in center field is Gorkis Hernandez, and he'll put it away for out number 2. Ethier is going to hit. And Bruce Bochy is going to come out. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. We'll be back. Steven Okert has been summoned from the bullpen, and it won't be Ethier, it'll be somebody else, but those are the numbers for Okert.
42nd game he's come into, 1-1 on the year with a 5.88 ERA. Really has whittled that ERA down. I mean, it was up in the 7s for a while. He's done it by being very consistent. He winds up 21 strikeouts in 26 innings. Just a small little change in his mechanics. He's worked very hard this year. When he got sent out, he went down to Sacramento and he worked. Now it's showing he's an arm that Bruce Bochy likes to use in these situations, where if they do pinch hit a lefty and you bring in Okert, they pinch hit a righty, he feels he can get the righty out. And that's the kind of confidence you want your skipper to have in you.
It's Kyle Farmer, the pinch hitter. And there's a strike. Farmer hitting for Ethier. And the next pitch is outside. Okert and the 1-1 pitch. Farmer lines it right at Sandoval, and that'll end the inning. We will head to the ninth. It's 3-1 Dodgers. Ball game. You'll hear Esurance Giants post game live. You get highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up for a full hour right after the game. So it's 3-1, and Brandon Morrow is the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Take a look at the numbers for Brandon Morrow. I mean, he's really found a nice home in this Dodger bullpen. Hard thrower. You're going to see high 90s and sometimes even into the hundreds with the velocity of the fastball. He's got a cutter and a slider. 48 strikeouts against 8 walks and just 38 base runners allowed, 41 2/3. That's getting the job done.
Charlie Culberson is now in at second base. So Denard Span is going to hit for Tomlinson. Bruce Bochy taking advantage of a left-handed hitter right now, and a left-handed hitter that's swinging the bat really well. Span fouls it back, so he falls behind very quickly.
Well, he was on 98 miles an hour. Ball right there above the belt, between the SF on his chest. And even at 98, big league hitter's not that impressed. Span will control the rhythm from his end. He's going to get in that batter's box on his terms.
Got him.
So he goes 99 at the knees on the outside corner, and he gets the call. Not a lot you can do about that one.
First baseman number 28.
Take it like a man. They stretch the target, and Grandal never had to move his glove. And at 99, good luck hitting that one out of the strike zone.
Here's Buster Posey. Buster on the first pitch, a big chopper to third. 2 down. And now it'll be left up to Hunter Pence, who's had a very nice day.
Jansen a day off. They're getting him ready for the postseason, where he's going to be asked to do a lot of late inning work, not just 3 outs.
And Pence looks at a strike.
Just a bit outside. Right now, Morrow's just cutting back and letting it rip. Not a lot of finesse.
Not a lot of finesse is right. And this is tapped foul. So the Giants are down to their last strike.
That's the first breaking ball we've seen him throw.
So Pence in a battle. And the 1-2. And that's the ball game. So Clayton Kershaw does it again as he beats the Giants on this Sunday afternoon. Giants had opportunities today, but the tough double play ball got him.
Well, 4 double plays were turned by the defense behind Kershaw. And another example of how this guy is not a thrower. He's a pitcher with great stuff who pitches the situation as good as anybody in this National League West. And a day where he had his way, and the Giants just could not seem to break through.
So here at Dodger Stadium,